goes it, Hammerhead.
Ever wonder what was keeping the sun up there? Like, really thought about it.
Fire and spit! You're the first Nora who's ever spoken to me.
You oblivious or just rude? Slow down. Why else would one leave the glory of Mainspring? Boredom.
Come on,
Nothing
anyone! Make my day!
Claim it no. That's why we travel as far.
Good day for some forging, wouldn't you say?
Over here!
Better than sticking around a bunch of elves.
Finally, someone interesting to partake in conversation.
Say that, or she'll hammer your head out of your behind, friend.
Red hair is a sign of genius, you know?
True. 3 months. You? Almost 4. Last time I was back, he'd already started walking. And I just... You ever wonder if this is worth it? Missing these moments over a few shards?
Nora in the Dawn, don't you think I
Now
forgot?
I've seen everything.
I never forget. I think.
Someone said I had the best singing voice.
I wrestled as Nakama once.
You know what we need?
Yes, I did.
Proper
Don't pull
survey
that
of the
face
valley.
off.
Never met a beer I didn't
Laughing about it. We already got maps. If you call a few squiggles on a piece of paper a map, sure. Okay,
I'll have you
shoot.
know I
What's this
am the smartest
proper
man
survey?
ever standing in that
Oh
place.
no. Something that marks the highs and lows, peaks and pits, places we find.
Just you keep blurring out. Doesn't mean you're off the
Places
hook.
we get to tap. You might be onto something.
Ignoring me again?
Next round's on me.
Shards. Why else would one leave the glory of Mainspring? Boredom. Nothing interesting about this claim anymore. Claim is known. That's why we travel as far as the unknown
More
serpent
you
takes
say
us.
it, more wrong it's that.
Better than sticking around a bunch of elders.
I am most certainly so. Watch as I walk in your place.
Don't let Petra hear
What?
you say that, or she'll hammer your head out of your
Yeah,
behind.
you!
Thor says, what? Need a carpenter?
3 months.
I'll tell you the odds, but hail.
Ignoring me again?
Watch
You ever
yourself.
wonder if this is worth it? Missing these moments over a few shards? Those few shards are gonna buy a better future back home.
And one drink for other me.
I should put plugs in my ears.
Please. I'll drink you under the table anytime.
Let me see those stars.
Maybe finally someone who will outdrink me, huh? Yeah!
You late for something?
Just because you keep blurring out doesn't mean you're off the hook.
Sharks. Why else would one leave the glory of Mainsville? Boredom. Nothing interesting.
Don't make me go drag both your ears off.
Never met a beer I didn't like. Or couldn't
I
finish.
think I've had too much drink.
Now that ain't
Bolvin can't just ignore us like this, can he?
Can you get a good price for it?
We almost died because of him.
Can I get it?
Have you seen us? What are we supposed to do? Have Arnold throw his crutch at him?
How goes it, Hammerhead?
Give me a hand over here.
Depending on your model, you may have like 100. Binding of the GPU binding, so stable plus 125. So you may be able to do 100. And 175 or even 200, because like I told you, all cards are different and your card may have a better binning than mine. It happens, may have a bit worse, but most likely will have a bit better one, okay? As for the memory clock, it is the same. I advise you to start at 500. You don't need to start at 100, 200, 300 or even 400, because 500 is a pretty stock value where you can start with, because almost all RTX 3050 cards will do at least plus 500 on the VRAM, okay? Now, the max limit that I found for my card is plus 900. If I go to 950, if I go to 1000, it will crash in a matter of minutes. So it will play, if, for example, Cyberpunk 2077, it will play for around 5 minutes, and after that the computer will crash, and that is due to this, the memory clock. If I apply plus 900, I can play all the time, every time I want, and I won't have a single crash, meaning that it is stable. If I go over plus 900, as I tested, after some minutes, if it isn't 5 minutes, it will be 10 or 15, but the game and the computer will crash. My advice is to start at 500 and then raise every 50 megahertz. So 550, apply. Test once again. If the game doesn't crash, let's say like after half an hour, go to 600. If it doesn't crash, go once again to 650 and continuously do that till you reach your maximum stable values. Most cards, although, will do 800. 500 is that limit where all cards will do it, but most cards will do at least 800. Some will do 900 like mine, and some will even go to 1000 or 1100, okay? That's a possibility. You may have a bit more luck of the draw.
Salutations, fair maiden.
You know what we need? Proper survey of the valley. Laughing
Didn't expect to see you up and about. Your hammer to your head?
Cheers. Hello.
Not again. Hello. We missed you last night. Ignoring me again? Drinks later?
I'll keep some fire crackling for you.
Anyone see where I put my drink? Anyone?
Yeah, you! Yeah, you! Took you long enough. Finally gonna hit my muscle while your mouth is.
Oh, I can use your insights later on. Haven't seen you around for a while. Ah!
like you're itching for a fight, friend.
Drinks later.
And hello to you.
You wanted to speak to me?
Well, you know better than anyone it's a dangerous world out there, and not just against machines. Name's Odur. This here's my training pit. Best place to practice close combat this side of the Forbidden West. Say, I wonder who'd win in a fight. You, the savior of Meridian, champion of the East, or the Enduring, master of the West.
Who?
The Enduring, a legendary Tenakth fighter, the master of masters. I've heard the Tenakth have training pits just like this one. It's how the warriors get so fierce, see? And only the very best from the pits get to train with the Enduring.
So, to find the Enduring, I should look for these training pits if I'm ever out that way?
You'll have to go far if you do. The Tenakth are split into 3 clans. 3 clans, 3 capitals, 3 training pits. My guess is you'd have to beat all of them if you want to train with the Enduring. If the Tenakth don't kill you on sight, that is. But that's a far spark in the wind. As for right now, I also offer challenges to test your fighting skill.
Who would I be fighting exactly? You?
Well, I know you're the savior and all, but you have to beat all the others first to challenge me. Rules are rules. We only use dual blades and practice arrows, mind. These drunken fools would run themselves through otherwise. You'll have to leave everything but your spear and practice arrows at the gate. But I'll look after your gear, not to worry. So, what do you say? Up for some training?
I might be.
That's what I like to hear.
How goes it, Hammerhead?
Where'd that survive?
Hey! I thought you'd left by now!
I couldn't finish. Sharp as ever.
Bit busy now, but we'll talk soon.
Some attacks are fast, but easily blocked. So learn to combine them with other attacks.
Oh, there, sister.
Almost ready to go?
Heavy attacks break weapon blocks and do more damage. But they're slow, so your opponents might counterattack.
Sister! Over here!
Ignoring me again?
Walked it up, huh?
Power attacks smash weapon blocks to really hammer an enemy with damage.
Of course
But they're slow and leave you vulnerable, so pick your moment.
Blessed day to you.
Welcome back, Savior.
Drinks later.
Nice to see you back here. What can I help you with?
Whoa.
Not again. Yes. Oh, hi, Raoul.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Stop following me around, would you?
Yeah.
Bit early for you to be up and about, isn't it?
Come on!
See where I put my drink. Hey,
Somewhere better than
Yeah!
that's some damn good gear you got there, Red.
Yeah, you.
Missy!
Sorry, friend. Can't win them all.
This should be useful. Now I just need to find Aaron to help him clear the bristlebacks.
Missy!
Am I lost or am I well?
How goes it, Hammerhead? Yeah! You!
I bet you've got good stories to tell.
Almost ready to go?
Lady!
Survive.
Just because you keep blurring.
Over here!
Couldn't finish. Voices all the time.
Yeah!
Let me see those stars.
Yeah!
You did it!
Yeah!
What strikes your fancy?
Whoa.
Hey, Ray. Fancy a game of straight?
Hey, change your mind about that brew?
Come to revel in some strike, sister? Let me set the board.
I was just passing by.
First timer, huh? Don't worry about it. I'll go easy on you. You got any pieces?
No.
Well, aren't you in luck then? I got an extra set, a Tanakh original straight out of the Forbidden West. Sit. I'll run you through it in a hot spark. I'll give you something special if you win at all my boards, too. You're probably busy. I understand.
What's it take to get a drink
Aloy,
around
please,
here?
have a seat. All right, let's start off simple. The Tanakh like to say that Machine Strike is a game of pure strategy. We each get a set of pieces. Each piece represents a kind of machine, and each machine is worth a different number of victory points. And to win the game, you'll need to gain 7 victory points by destroying the opponent's machines. It can be tricky remembering the details of every machine, so we use these notes to keep track of them. You see that number on the top right corner? That there is how many victory points you'll get for destroying that machine. Notes also tell you how far a piece can move, how powerful their attacks are, the distance they can strike from, and of course, their health. Okay, that's enough for now. Let's just play. I'll explain the rest as we go. I own the board, so I get to choose who goes first. Since this is your first time, I'll let you go. Usually you get to choose which pieces to set on the board, but this will do for now. Pick up that machine piece to your right, and move it forward. And remember, each machine can only move a certain distance. Take a look at your notes if you need a reminder. Easy enough, huh? Perfect. There's not much else to do for now, so just end your turn. We're forging onwards. Let me move my pieces here. And we're back to you. This time, why don't you try attacking one of my pieces? Try with that machine on your right first. Now move the piece close. When performing an attack, you'll be testing your machine's combat power against the opponent's. A machine's combat power is a combination of the terrain your machine is standing on and its own attack power. This board only has grassland terrain, which has no effect on a machine's combat power. And your current machine has 2 points of attack power. So in total, your machine's combat power equals 2 points. Since my machine isn't the one attacking, it has 0 points of attack power. And just like your machine, it's not affected by grassland terrain. So right now, the difference in combat power between the two machines is 2 points. This means your machine can do 2 points of damage to my machine. Did you get all that? Knew you were a smart one. Finish up by attacking my machine. Not pulling any punches, huh? Now grab that second machine of yours. See how your machine can't move close enough to attack mine? You can make your machine sprint. Downside to sprinting is that your machine can no longer attack. Now overcharge your machine to attack mine. Give it a go. Just overcharge your machine and attack mine. You're gonna have to overcharge that machine to land a hit on mine. Overcharge your machine to attack mine. Give it a go. Come on, that machine is asking for it. That's about it for your turn then. Now, I'll let you in on a neat trick. That machine of yours, the one closest to me, grab a hold of it. Same as in the wilds, machines have both armored points and weak points. You can see them marked on the pieces. Blue shows where their armor is thickest. Hit them there and you'll do some damage, but not a lot. Now, red, gotta rotate that machine if you want to attack my piece. Now let that machine have it. Off the board she goes, and there's your first victory points. You don't have 7 of them yet, so let's keep going. Your machine attacked mine, but hasn't moved yet. Go ahead and move downwards towards my remaining piece. Gotta move your machine downwards there, Red. Go on, move your machine downwards. You've already attacked a machine and moved your piece. But ain't that a thrill? Now, because your machine was knocked out at the same time as mine, we both get the victory points our machines are worth. Good news is, since you're the one attacking, you're gonna receive your victory points before I do. Which means you can reach the coveted 7 victory points first. That's why sometimes losing a piece can be the best way to end a game in your favor. Now, you'll notice you didn't get quite up to 7 victory points this time, but you did destroy all my pieces. That means you're the winner! That wasn't so hard, was it? Just remember to always check for the best terrain to attack from. You'd be surprised the advantage you can gain over an opponent like that. I know it saved my behind in a game or two.
I'll try and remember that.
Oh, before I forget, these are all my spare pieces. I want the Savior of Meridian to have them. It's a small set to be sure, but it should be enough to get you in on any strike games you find out there. You might even fancy looking out for them strike carvers. They've got all kinds of unique pieces that can turn a game in your favor, though they'll need the right materials to craft you one. Or you might find them in the wilds if you're lucky. You know, I've lost my fair share of pieces after a night of machine hunting or brew hopping. No need to thank me. Always a pleasure to help out new strike players. Now, if you feel like playing a real game, I've got plenty of other boards. I could even teach you a few more tricks if you're up for it.
Thanks. I'll think about it.
I knew I'd make a strike player out of you yet. How about this time I tell you how to use a board's terrain to your advantage? This one's got all the different terrains you can encounter in a game of Strike. Knowing when and how to use them can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Terrain mainly affects your machine's combat power. As you know, when fighting an opponent's machine, you compare its combat power to yours. The higher your machine's combat power, the more damage you can do. So finding the right terrain is an essential strategy for overpowering your opponent. Here, I'll show you. Grab that piece to your left and move to attack my machines. Now let's take a look at your machine's combat power. Combat power is the sum of a machine's attack power and the value of the terrain it's standing on. Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of attack power. It's also standing on forest terrain with a value of 1 point. Add those together and your machine has 3 points of combat power. My machine is standing on grassland terrain with a value of 0 points. It's also not attacking, which means their attack points aren't in play. So my combat power is 0. This means, go ahead and... There. Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of this means my machine can't, but this means now, the front of my machine, this means that the spot you're about to attack has armor protecting it, which means my machine gets an extra point, giving it a total of 2 combat power points. If we compare the combat power of both machines, you'll see that you won't be able to do any damage. Whenever you're unable to top an opponent's combat power, you can still choose to attack and break their machine's defenses instead. Go ahead, try it out and see what happens. Ha, see? When you break a machine's defenses, you can knock it backwards. Sure, both our machines will receive 1 point of damage, but knocking my machine off that terrain makes it more vulnerable to attacks. Not only that, if my machine had been blocked from moving backwards, it would have received an extra point of damage. And if my machine had been blocked by another one of my pieces, that machine would have received damage as well. That's why breaking a machine's defenses is a great way to deal damage to several pieces at once. Useful, right? Okay, now go ahead and end your turn. End your turn, please. Go ahead, end your turn for now. All right, as we've seen, the higher the terrain, the more it'll add to your machine's combat power. However, there are 2 other terrains that work a little differently. This is what we call a chasm. Only flying machines can be played, but it'll take away 2 combat points if this is marsh terrain. Landing on it will take away 1 combat power point from most machines. It'll also keep your machine from moving for the rest of the turn. Here, let me show you. Grab that machine. See? All you can do now is wait for your next turn to move again. Or you can overcharge your machine to get out of there. You can still attack any nearby enemies so you're not... Well, I think that's enough yammering from me. Promise it'll all... Here for more tips? Why don't I tell you a bit more about the pieces we used to play? In a normal game, you get to choose which machines you place on the board. Each one is worth a certain number of setup points, and you can spend up to 10 assembling your army. Knowing what each machine brings to the game, building an army that matches your strategy, is the key to becoming a machine. When assembling your army, there are a few things to keep. First and foremost, you can never have more than 4 of the same machine on the board at the same time. With that in mind, most players would choose machines based on how far they can move or how much attack, but a real Strike player will be looking at a machine's... Let's take a quick look, shall we? Pick up that machine. All right, let's talk about the different ways in which a machine, in other words, its machine type. If you look at your notes, you'll see this machine here is a melee. You can also tell by the shape of the base the piece stands on. A melee type machine attacks the first enemy within range, and no one else. We've seen this plenty of times, so... Great, now grab your other machine. Looks like we've got ourselves a gunner type machine here. This means they'll only hit the farthest enemy in their attack. Let's move that machine so we can end your turn so I can... Let's go. This is like this. See, now my machine has taken over your machine's spot on the board. This is a great way to take the advantage away from your opponent if they have the higher ground. Looks like we have one more piece to look at. Now this is a beauty of when it attacks, it'll move to the end of its attack range and damage so make sure you take a good look at the board before you send it off to the raid. You should also make sure it's able to finish its attack on, otherwise you won't be able to attack at, here, I'll show you. Look, it even rotated your piece. A nifty little piece you'll definitely want in your set. If you look at your notes, you'll notice this particular machine has one of the skills. There's quite a few of those, and we haven't even looked at all the machine types yet. But I'm pretty sure you've got more important things to do, so I made you a list. It's got all the tips and tricks we talked about, too. I think that about does it for now, so if you want to play a real game, just let me know. Let's play. Your turn. Okay, let's see. You're up, Red. Just one piece left. Armor is a machine's best defense. Well, that's done now. Board's all yours. Oh, I thought I had that one. This is gonna be fun. Time to make my move. Your move, Red. Time to get serious. One less piece on the board. I'm up. That's it for me. Knocked right off the board. My turn. Off the board it goes. That was brutal. You got me down to one piece. I am impressed. Well, that's done now. Hey! Oh, that was the perfect spot. Looks like I lost. Good luck. Time to make my move. That's it for me. Off the board it goes. I'm up. Knocked right off the board. You're up, Red. One less piece on the board. That was brutal. Your move, Red. That was brutal. My turn. Off the board it goes. Board's all yours. I got a tough fight ahead of me. Time to get serious. Your turn. You got me. Fair and square. Let's do this. Your turn. Okay, let's see. You're up, Red. Oh, seriously? Armor is your best friend in this game, I'm telling you. Time to make my move. Knocked right off the board. One less piece on the board. Time to get serious. Board's all yours. Hey, I like that piece where it was. Well, that's done now. Off the board it goes. My turn. One less piece on the board. That was brutal. Okay, let's see. That's it for me. Well, spark my forge. You have beaten me on every one of my boards. Now that deserves a prize, I say. You know where to find me, Red.
Finally, someone interesting. The
Appear to be found outside the claim.
Quit looking.
3 months. You? Almost 4. Last time I was back, he'd already started walking. And I missed it.
Must be someone around here worth talking to.
What's your problem?
Turned red as a car freeze.
I want another cup of whatever you're having.
Salutations, fair maiden. Who might you be?
Who are you supposed to be? From the Sacred Lands.
You know what we need? Proper servant now.
Not again.
Red hair is...
Today's video sponsor is GVG Mobile.
हेलो गाइस, तो आज की वीडियो है अपने सीपीयू को अंडर वोल्टेज कैसे करें फॉर बेटर गेमिंग एंड लैग फ्री गेमिंग। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं हमारी वीडियो। फर्स्ट आपको अंडर वोल्टेज करने के लिए एक सॉफ्टवेयर चाहिए, इंटेल एक्सट्रीम ट्यूनिंग यूटिलिटी, जिसका लिंक मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन में ऐड कर दिया, वहां जाके डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। ये वीडियो स्पेशली विंडो 10 यूजर्स के लिए है, क्योंकि ये सॉफ्टवेयर सिर्फ विंडो 10 में काम करेगा। उससे नीचे वाले ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम के लिए मैं अलग से एक वीडियो बना दूंगा, जिसके लिए अलग से एक सॉफ्टवेयर चाहिए होता है। तो आप देख सकते हैं ये इंटरफेस है। जब आप इसको इंस्टॉल करने का ओपन करोगे, मेरे पास आई है 9th जनरेशन का 9100F। नीचे सारी डिटेल्स आई हैं, पैकेज का टेम्परेचर, मतलब सीपीयू का टेम्परेचर कितना है, सीपीयू यूटिलाइजेशन कितना है। तो आपको उसके बाद एडवांस ट्यूनिंग में जाना है, आई एग्री करना है, और आप देख सकते हैं कोर वोल्टेज ऑफसेट, यहीं से आप इसको अंडर वोल्टेज करेंगे। तो अभी अंडर वोल्टेज नहीं है, तो हम इसका टेस्ट करके देखेंगे, इस टेस्ट 1 मिनट का, कि इसका टेम्परेचर कितना जाता है 100% सीपीयू यूटिलाइजेशन पर। तो मैंने इसकी स्पीड जल्दी कर दी है, तो आपका ज़्यादा टाइम भी नहीं वेस्ट होगा। चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। देख सकते हैं एक्टिव कोर है, मतलब जो भी 4 कोर, जितने भी आपके कोर होंगे सीपीयू के, सारे यूटिलाइज हो रहे हैं। तो इसका टेम्परेचर कितना जा सकता है मैक्सिमम, तो आप देख सकते हैं 70 टच कर गया है बिल्कुल आराम से। तो आप हाफ एन आवर की गेमिंग करेंगे तो आराम से 75-76 डिग्री चले जाएगा। तो ऑफसेट मतलब अंडर वोल्टेज करना बहुत ही सही रहता है सीपीयू के लिए। तो आप देख सकते हैं इसको अंडर वोल्टेज कैसे करना है। डिक्रीज वाला साइन दबाएं, इंक्रीज नहीं, ओवर वोल्टेज नहीं करना, डिक्रीज करना है हमें। तो माइनस आ जाएगा इसके आगे। 9th जनरेशन सीपीयू के लिए आइडल वोल्टेज है जो अंडर -135। तो आइडल है, इस पे सीपीयू बहुत स्मूथ चलेगा, क्योंकि हमारे सीपीयू को इतनी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नहीं चाहिए होती है, उसे ओवर मिल रही होती है। तो आप उसे अंडर कर देंगे एक आइडल उस पर, तो वो तब भी आराम से काम करेगा फुल अपनी कैपेसिटी में। तो हम इसे कर देंगे अप्लाई, और उसके बाद दोबारा टेस्ट करके देखेंगे 1 मिनट का कि कितना टेम्परेचर इसका ज़्यादा है। अगर आपका CPU कम जनरेशन वाला है 8-7 जनरेशन वाला, तो आपका भी आसपास इतना ही होगा आइडल, या आप -125 करके देख लें या फिर जो मैंने करा वो करके देख लें। अगर बाय चांस आपका कंप्यूटर स्टार्ट हो जाता है रीस्टार्ट, तो घबराने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, वो 0 पे सेट होकर दोबारा हो जाएगा, आप दोबारा चेक उसको सही कर सकते हैं। तो आप देख सकते हैं हमारा टेम्परेचर अराउंड 58 to 60 गया है मैक्सिमम, ऑलमोस्ट 14 to 16 डिग्री सेल्सियस का फ़र्क पड़ जाता है। तो अगर आपका CPU का टेम्परेचर कम रहेगा, उसकी लाइफ ज़्यादा चलेगी और वो अच्छे से काम करेगा। अगर टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा रहेगा, फ्यूचर में और ज़्यादा जल्दी हीट हो जाएगा स्टार्टिंग में ही, और सब चीज़ों में लैग आने स्टार्ट हो जाएगा।